To the 1011 Now streaming studio. It is Wednesday, October 11th. Happy 1011 Day.
Happy 10/11 Day to you as well. Do you guys have like a celebration?
We do. Of course we do. It's 10/11 Day. We have cookies in the employee lounge, so make sure you grab a cookie.
Thank you.
Before you go. Absolutely. But what a better way to celebrate 10/11 Day than having UNLPD in the 1011 Now streaming studio for some UNLPD Crime Stoppers.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate
Absolutely. Thank you for being here. You made it through the rain. Just started raining here a few minutes ago.
Yeah, what's it going to do today?
It's a good question. It's going to rain.
Sorry, I'm putting you on the spot.
I know, on the spot here. There's a chance for maybe some thunderstorms later this evening. Right. I'm going to get in trouble already because I told my oldest son that it wasn't going to rain during recess.
Right, and here we are.
And I'm pretty sure it's raining during recess right now, so I'm already in the doghouse. But maybe some thunderstorms tonight. That could be on the stronger side. Better chance for probably that tomorrow. And then Friday is going to be just kind of cold and windy. No. I mean, it's going to feel like...
It's fall.
Yeah, it's going to feel like October.
Yeah.
I know. So, but yeah, let's not talk about the forecast. We got some crimes that need solving. So we have one new one, and we have one that we've talked about last month when you were here.
A couple months ago. I think it was September.
Was it September?
Yeah, I believe so.
But we have
August,
such good pictures that we want to find this guy, and we want to nail this guy. So we're going to go ahead and start out with kind of the one we already have talked about, and that was a gun disturbance that occurred again way back when on campus. Can you kind of take us, Captain Baker, through what happened?
Yeah, so this was back in July during the summer months, where campus is usually a little bit emptier, not as many people around, and some folks were playing basketball on some of our courts, some disagreements, maybe a foul, not called, whatever. Mm-hmm. And, it kind of escalated from there, and this person retrieved a firearm from their vehicle, came back, and they threatened another person with it. It was a very, very short encounter. Mm-hmm. But as you can imagine, we don't want this type of activity anywhere in our community, and especially on campus. So we've chased down a lot of leads on this. We've got some great pictures, as you mentioned. We have a picture of the car there that you just showed, and we have some pretty good ideas on this. But we want to hopefully somebody can give us a little bit more concrete and information that we can corroborate, so we can get to that level of probable cause and make an arrest on this and seal it up. Yeah,
one more tip is kind of all you need. So
Absolutely.
And again, the camera angle here that we have in the pictures shows a pretty good picture. Again, sometimes these can be real blurry and real fuzzy.
Yeah.
But this is not the case. Again, we have a good shot of the suspect and of the vehicle. Again, Chevy Malibu, it looks like.
It was.
There.
Yep.
So, again, and if someone knows something, Captain Baker, what's the best way for them to get in contact with you guys about that?
Sure. I mean, they can always contact us directly. I mean, we're going to ask for names and such and information. But if they'd like to remain anonymous, they can do it through the P3 app to submit it directly to Crime Stoppers. They can call 475-3600. That's the best way to stay anonymous, and you remain eligible for that reward if your tip does lead to an arrest.
Isn't it just the best feeling for you guys when you guys get to give out a reward?
It is. It is. I feel great about it. And, we're going back to July on this one because we've had several cases since then that we've actually cleared that we haven't talked about here because the public has already given us the tips. We've already made an arrest on them. So the program really works. We see a lot of benefits from it. So, I mean, thankfully, I am able to go back and review this one because we've cleared so many others.
That is good. We had, when we have Lancaster County Sheriffs come on, we do our Lancaster Lookout. So top 10 most wanted individuals. I got a tip yesterday that they arrested one of the individuals on their top 10 that we had discussed here in the studio.
That's not just coincidence.
And so it's really cool to see again firsthand this program work the way it's supposed to work. So again, that was again on campus, that gun disturbance. Again, if you know anything, if you recognize again this suspect or this vehicle, let UNLPD know again, or you can go through that process of submitting a tip on Crime Stoppers. The new case that we want to talk about today is something that happened again just recently, and that was we had a gentleman here who decided he wanted to follow a couple ladies and he wanted to shout some nasty things at him. Is that right?
Maybe he was having a bad day, but he really wanted to frighten two women that were walking on campus here, and he did just get off of a StarTran bus before encountering them, so that's where this imagery came from. Mm-hmm. So he may be a frequent bus rider. Somebody may recognize him from some of the routes. We've got some tattoos, it looks like, there that may be able to stick out and recognize. So
some boots.
Yep. And he didn't make physical contact with these young ladies, but it was more than just some racial slurs. Like, he approached them, followed them at a distance, and it was a frightening encounter for them.
That is, yeah. I mean, and again, this obviously happens to the women more often than it does men.
Most often.
Someone following, shouting things at you, and it's unnerving. I had an incident recently. We had someone come knock on the door at our house really late at night, which is really unusual for my neighborhood. And I wasn't home, and it makes you feel really nervous.
Right.
And goodness knows what, someone like this individual could end up doing. So this occurred back mid-August, August 16th. This was near 14th and R.
Correct.
And so again, if you kind of recognize this individual, again, looks like white male.
Yep.
Green sunglasses there, red vest, red hat. Probably not wearing that red cutoff vest.
It's getting a little chilly for that now.
Out there right now. But yeah, again, if you know anything about this gentleman, we want to hear it.
Please.
Yeah. And again, just to pull this information up again, just so everyone can see it again.
Yeah.
These are the ways that you can leave that tip with Lincoln-Lancaster County Crime Stoppers.
Yeah, and it's not so much, what happened in this incident, but we don't know what this person is doing elsewhere in the city or
if he's done it once, he's probably doing it again to someone else.
Exactly. It's pretty likely. So, we're trying to hopefully curb future behavior too, and just make it a safer place for everyone by addressing things like this.
100%. Again, want to make campus a safe place and a good place where anyone can walk around.
Right.
So those are the two crimes that we have today. But again, go to that Crime Stoppers website. I got it pulled up right here. Again, this is a great website. Again, you'll see the crimes that we just talked about, plus all sorts of other ones. You can get information on how to leave a tip. Again, this is where you can do all your anonymous tipping, so you can be eligible for that reward. But you also wanted to go over the Huskers are off this weekend.
The football team, yes.
The football team, at least.
Right. Volleyball
is back home, though.
Yes, they've had a good stretch of away games, so it's nice to have them back in town.
Yeah, 4 in a row, last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And they're back in the Bob on Friday. First, I want to ask, my wife is a nurse, so full moons, things get a little weird sometimes in the hospitals. It's Friday the 13th.
It is.
Is there any suspicions that or superstitions that the police department has going into a Friday the 13th?
Yeah, I mean, like most everyone, full moons, like you mentioned, Friday the 13th. It always makes us a little bit extra nervous heading out that night. But I mean, you never know what's going to happen any night or any shift, right?
Yes.
But yeah, those dates that come up, it's a little bit more unnerving than usual.
So you probably have already requested Friday off, right?
Absolutely.
But no, the volleyball team is back in Bob Devaney on Friday and again on Saturday. And you wanted to kind of go over some, potential kind of scams that ticket holders potentially face. Can you kind of go through that? So,
I mean, volleyball tickets are pretty difficult to come by. If you're not already a season ticket holder, they can be difficult to find. So, we recognize that some folks can't make it to the game or that particular game, and they want to sell their tickets, or people don't necessarily want season tickets and they're just looking for 1 or 2 games. And that, in this type of world, though, it really is a buyer's beware type of situation. If people are not purchasing from the ticket office, whether it be website, phone, in person, they really run the risk of those tickets either never showing up, right? Especially in the online environment. Somebody Venmos money or sends it through whatever means, and the person just ghosts, right? And they never receive their tickets. Other times we see where they'll receive fraudulent or duplicate tickets. Like I may have a pair of paper tickets that I photograph, and I somehow copy them, and I sell them to like 6 different people, right? Where only one of those people are going to get into that match, right?
Yeah.
And the other's going to get turned away. So,
and you'd mentioned something when we were talking about what we're our kind of agenda for today, but like it's just the barcode. The ticket's a fun keepsake, and it's got your seat, and usually if it's a football ticket, it's probably got a fun picture on it. But that barcode is the most important thing because someone could potentially, if they're tech savvy enough, that's all they need.
Right. For paper tickets.
Tickets, yeah.
So the ticket office still runs paper tickets and mobile tickets. The mobile tickets obviously a little bit more difficult to really manipulate or copy or create fraudulent ones, because they live on the phone, and users have to download it to their Apple Wallet or their Google Wallet. But for the paper ones, most people, when they're selling them or when they're buying them, they want to see what they're getting, right? Yeah, I want to see an actual ticket. So folks will take a photo of it, and we just ask that cover up that 2D barcode. It's just like a UPC symbol that you see on groceries, right? Just cover it up with tape or however you want. But that is the most important ticket because that's what they actually scan to get into football or volleyball.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, it's fall break coming up.
It is.
It starts later this week.
Monday and Tuesday.
Next week. So do things really quiet down for you guys, or does it stay pretty busy?
A little bit. The volume slows down, right?
Yeah.
As you mentioned, campus is always a great place for visitors to come through, and that's great. We don't mind that at all, as long as it's peaceful and quiet. But so the volume slows down. It's also a chance for us to kind of catch up, right, and do some more follow up on cases that we're working and so forth. So
good deal.
Never really stops.
No, I imagine police work never really does.
No,
you always got something in the inbox.
Unfortunately.
All right, Captain Baker. Anything else that we need to talk about today before we let everyone go?
No, I don't think so. I would like to mention though, this whole program, Crime Stoppers, right? I don't know if it's mentioned on this segment a lot, but it's not funded by tax dollars, and I know you know that.
Nope,
and I know
that's
that.
right.
But I'd really like to push that message that it does assist law enforcement, but it only survives because of donations and some of the events that the Crime Stoppers board does. They've done some raffles. Zoo Done It.
We had
that was
Zoo Done It just a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's programs like that and direct donations is how all this exists. So, we appreciate what Crime Stoppers does for us. As I've mentioned, we've been able to clear a few cases, quite a few, with the public's help on this. And so we appreciate it. We hope that folks continue to donate and support the cause.
Yeah, and again, this is something, especially as the holidays come up, everyone's looking to do a little charity during the holidays. This is something that could definitely be on the list. And again, as always, you can use it as a tax write-off.
Absolutely, yes.
Come next tax season. So keep Crime Stoppers in mind. Again, I know the Zoo Done It fundraiser was wildly successful.
It was fun too.
And fun. Madison didn't solve the crime though. I've called her out multiple times on that.
I'm sure.
But I'm hoping we'll see more events like that in the future. So
yeah, we will. We're already planning next year's kind of what we're going to do with that, and I believe we have a raffle coming up sometime in like January, February. So keep tuned for that.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll discuss that on further episodes of Crime Stoppers. All right, Captain Baker, thanks so much for hopping in and joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
As always. Again, if you have any information, this gentleman with the racial slurs on campus not too long ago, this gentleman with the gun disturbance, back a few months ago now. If you have any information, leave a tip on that Crime Stoppers. Want to remain anonymous, you will be eligible for that reward. But again, as always, keep it tuned to 1011 for both on-air and online for all the latest news, weather, and sports. Until next time, we'll see everyone later.